Shalom, this brother Kapaya Yash with another lesson. I'd like to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rikak Kodash, and double honor to the men of great millstone that is out there on the highway and byway, pushing this truth day in and day out, also pushing this truth over the worldwide internet, reaching the elect to pull them out of a two-thirds state of mind so that we can be beamed up on those chariots of salvation to live in the kingdom under King David and the supreme King Yahweh Shai, which he has the title and command and authority and rulership over heaven and earth. Though title was given to Yahweh Shai by his father Yahweh. Also, I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS has the 100% truth of the Bible. To the Akim and Aqua, which are the men and women that are listening, learn, continue to pray for more faith, repent and fast, and keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. As it states in John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. Also, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. I was listening to Ariyah Kayaba and just doing the lammy back. I just want you to understand, the Bible tells us not to trust thy enemy, and that's in all things. And he also gives us a spirit of discernment to see, okay, well, this seems right, or okay, well, this is not accurate. See, Esau, he's going to say some truthful that's going to benefit him to get you to do it or get you to believe it. But when it comes down to like end of the world type nonsense, or plagues, or major diseases or whatever, he always got to point the damn finger at someone else instead of him. Just like this disease that we had from 2002 on up to 2022 or whatever. You already know what it is. That jump shot, I'll say that. And it's been found out that it has been formulated, produced here in our home in Babylon, here in our homeland here. Over in North Carolina, from what I've have heard, North Carolina or Virginia, somewhere off the East Coast. And then they will go ahead and blame another nation, just like they did with their jump shop, saying that it came from people over in China, talking about the people have been eating bats for over thousands of years. Now, all of a sudden, it started a disease. Just like we can go all the way back to Saddam Hussein. Said that he had weapons of mass destruction, and we know that Esau, that's his blessing, the sword. And a lot of us have been duped. Because I thought the same thing too. Before I came in the truth gives you education of who this man is. He loves to use propaganda. He loves to throw a rock and cover his hand. He loved to shoot down laser fire from the sky on people's neighborhoods and the homes and stuff like that, and that you can't see through the night. And then he say, well, somebody did this and somebody did that. This man cannot be trusted. And you have 2/3 of our people, that know about the truth. And I'm sure this brother here that you're about to see know about the truth. If you're on the internet 24/7, you have heard about how they call us the Black Hebrew Israelite, and you have looked into it, and you went along with everybody else. Oh, that's a crazy group. They don't know what they're talking about. Jesus ain't black. Jesus is what he always been. Either olive or whatever. It's two colors of olive, green and black. And anybody that's walking around here green? See, people, our own people, they have this Stockholm syndrome. They have been beat down. They have been brainwashed by this guy, that they love this guy because He gave you a job, didn't he? That's the first damn question that a nigga would say. He gave you a job where you at. He giving you money so you take care of your family. All of them ain't bad. The one that really care for you, the one that really want to help you, the one that will put their job on the line to help you. Listen, they can very well be an Israelite in a vanilla body, if you can pick up what I'm saying. You know, because there are a lot of Israelites that look white, that look Chinese, that look African, that look Japan, Australian, you know, Hawaiian. We've been scattered all over the earth. So if a white man try to help you with anything and not take from you, he might be an Israelite, or he got a craftily plan to use you to get that money back. So don't be fooled by this man. This man, the Bible, Yahweh Bashim shall tell you in the Bible that he is not to be trusted. Let's go into this video. You're going to see a 2/3 nigga that that's going by Esau News, you know, because Esau will put up two different, put up a different nationality to put the blame on them so that they can hide their hand. And when everything come out the wash, you gonna know it's this damn ass white man that's doing all this. And he would do it to his own people. Look what he did over there in Tennessee and South Carolina and Georgia. You know, by using that weather instrument, you know, causing what was it, flood, tornado, hurricane, whatever it was, some time ago last year. And then wouldn't even send any help for those people, his own people. They let you know he is the complete devil. So check this out. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. I ain't making no money off it, just going through it with scriptures.
Tonight, two Chinese nationals have been charged with smuggling a dangerous biological pathogen into the United States. And this pathogen is considered a serious threat to our food supply and thus our national security. Fox's David Spunt is here with all the details. David, this is terrifying.
Laura, it really is quite an interesting story. According to the Justice Department, one of them worked at a laboratory connected to the University of Michigan. The FBI arrested 33-year-old Yu Qing Zhan for allegedly smuggling in a fungus called Fusarium graminearum, which could be used as an agroterrorism weapon. The gases from the fungus could cause liver damage, vomiting, and reproductive defects in humans and livestock. DOJ officials say Zhan has direct ties to the Chinese Communist Party, and she works at the University of Michigan, and her boyfriend is connected to a university back in China. FBI Director Kash Patel, in an exclusive statement to Fox Digital, says this case is a sobering reminder that the Chinese Communist Party continues to deploy operatives and researchers to infiltrate our institutions and target our food supply, an act that could cripple our economy and endanger American lives. Smuggling a known agroterrorism agent into the U.S. is not just a violation of law, it's a direct threat to national security. I commend the FBI Detroit Division and our partners at CPB for stopping this biological threat before it could do real damage. Now, senior DOJ leaders, Laura, are debating whether to bring back the so-called China Initiative, a controversial program during the Bill Barr Justice Department that aimed to stop Chinese espionage that began in American universities. The DOJ under Merrick Garland got rid of the name after groups came forward and complained it was insensitive, but I'm told the current Attorney General Pam Bondi and her team want to focus on China, though it's unclear if they'll bring the China Initiative name back.
Don't scroll. This shit getting crazy, y'all. These two Chinese nationals just got caught smuggling a biological pathogen into the U.S., y'all. And it's not just any pathogen, y'all. They said this junk can wipe out entire wheat and corn supply, y'all. Like I'm talking about gone.
Two Chinese nationals have been charged with smuggling a dangerous biological pathogen into the United States. And this pathogen is considered a serious threat to our food supply and thus our national security.
This wasn't no accident, y'all. The FBI is calling it agroterrorism. They saying they brought this shit over to fuck up our food system. One of the suspects is a researcher at the University of Michigan. And the other one, y'all, that's her boyfriend. They said this man was coming from China. He had the shit in his book bag. And the TSA officers caught that shit. And the crazy thing about this fungus, it don't just kill plants, y'all. This junk can also create toxins that's deadly for animals and humans. This shit sounds like The Last of Us, right? So now the DOJ, the FBI, and even Homeland Security are coming together on this, because you never know. What if they already smuggled some shit in? This shit crazy. Don't scroll. This shit.
Now, you just heard this man. You can't believe everything you hear. This man said that that they called this boy at the airline. I mean at the whatever, coming in the airport, and it was in his backpack. Now this stuff is so powerful, so strong, that it can unalive human beings. It can poison the food and everything else. Everything. But he got it in his backpack. Going from China over here to the United States. China let him go through, and then I'm sure he made some other stops. So he go through the what you call TSA or whatever. I forgot what they call that. And then all of a sudden he get over here, United States, he get caught. Man, come on. This is Esau work. Esau, he's hiding his hand and blaming someone else. He's doing the work, but he's hiding his hand. You don't see what he's doing in the darkness. But when he come out the darkness, then he point at someone else, knowing that he telling you about it in his news. Then he'll go ahead and paint a picture or put up some other nationality saying that they're doing. It's always from China, or it's always from Africa, just like they say that AIDS or whatever came from Africa, from the gorillas and stuff like that. And it was made here or made in Germany. Some white scientists made this stuff, but they won't say where it came from. Some old so-called dark-skinned African that had sex with monkeys. See, they always got a point, but Esau, he's in the factory making the shit. Esau hide his hand and then point and blame other nationality for something that he did. So this man here cannot be trusted. Let's go. Ecclesiasticus. Yeah, I think we're still on. I might be here. Ecclesiasticus. This man cannot be trusted, because he want to be Superman of the world. He want to be just like that movie I went to go see last week. What was it? Mission Impossible. The reckoning. He got to save the world. But you can't, because this is a prophetic. Those missiles are going to come. It's going to be a lot of death. America, which is Babylon, is going to be destroyed, no matter how you look at it. Like, hold on. Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You can go take a iron pipe, clean it, and make it look brand new, but you cannot hide that rust. It's going to come back. You have to melt that pipe and then get it back to where it was to be brand new. But you gotta melt it completely down. And Esau, he had to be melted completely down. Number one, he got to be taken out of power first. They got to be taken out of power first. And then he's going to be melted down after 1,000 years of building up our kingdom. Just like he had us, we're going to get him. In Revelation 18, and I think it's, let's go to Revelation 18 and 18 and might be 6, let's see. So yeah, reward her even as she reward you, and double unto her according to her work, and the cup which she have filled to her double. So, you know, we served what, 400 plus years of slavery. So double, yeah, round it up, that'd be 1,000 years. You know, a lot of people, oh, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, let's go to Revelation 9 and Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Listen up, you heathen nation, because you going into slavery too. Not just Esau, but you too. It says, he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. Who all had us in captivity? Well, let's go to what is it? Come on, where you at? Give me 1 second. Let's find this here. Might be second. Oh no. It's First Maccabee 2. We're gonna find it out. Give me 1 second. Where it says all nations had a hand on us. Give me 1 second. I might have to just Google this. Let me do it one more time. Let's go to Second Maccabee 2. Look this up. Give me 1 second. All nations had a hand on the children of Israel. Apocrypha, King James Version. Yeah, First Maccabee. I'm always looking over it. First Maccabee 2 and 10. What nation had not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? So they had their hand on us and gotten of our spoils. They took from us, they used us, you know, they enslaved us for their benefit, you know. So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus Salakia. So verse 11, so he humbled himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him, hold on, Salakia. Let me go back. I wasn't I'm coming back to that. Salakia just came to me in spirit. Let me go back to Revelation. Let me finish 13 and 9 now right quick. Cause that's how I went to Second Maccabee 2 and I think it was First Maccabee 2 and 10, I think. You know, just gave a precept to verse 10. Said Revelation 13 and 10. He that lead into captivity. Then I went to Second Maccabee, what, 2:10, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. First Maccabee 2:10. You know, what nation had not had a part in her kingdom, got her spoil. So here it is right here, Revelation 9:10. He that lead into captivity shall go into captivity. Like I said, every nation had us in captivity. So they all going into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All captivity had used the sword or any type of weapon to put harm to us, to unalive us, right? Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. This is what we're waiting for. Esau is the beginning. Esau is the ending of this kingdom. Jacob is the beginning that come after this kingdom here. We are waiting patiently for that. You know, everything that they have done to us, we're going to do to them, except for the homosexual shit. We ain't going to do that. If they got wives or whatever, we're not going to mess with their wives. We're not going to mess with their wives. You know, we're not going to break the laws of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai on no other nation. But we going to get that James Brown, that big payback. You best believe that. We're going to get that back. So it says here, verse 11, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as the dragon. Well, let me just stop it right there. Let me just go back to Ecclesiastes. Let me finish this out because I got somewhere to be here in a second. Come on, let's get it. So now, going back to 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. You know, Esau loved to put on that, you know, I'm your buddy, I'm your pal. You know, he might have some money that he can loan to you. Oh, buddy, you ain't got to pay me back or whatever. Then all of a sudden you start to like this guy. He's cool and all this and then you know, you might say, well, you know, he might be cooler than you know, than old Mike over there, your homeboy, your buddy that you've been cool with since y'all both been in Pampers, because he give you a little something. Now you start respecting him and liking him more than your homeboy, because you and your homeboy in the same situation. Y'all both broke, don't have a whole lot, but this white guy give you this and give you that. Now you start to like him, and you just don't know. After a while, he gonna use you, or he gonna tax your ass. You know, he ain't gonna give you nothing for free unless he wants some. It's always something that he wants from you. Verse 12, set him not by thee, least when he had overthrown thee. So once you get comfortable and, you know, you start to, you know, relax, close your eyes, put your hand behind your head, and here he come. He got that sword. He gonna cut you. He gonna cut your neck. You know, he gonna give you that. He gonna put some stitches on you. He coming forth. It says, set him not by thee, least when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Take, you know, your power, take your strength, or either take your life. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Remember what I say. You know, don't be fooled. You know, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come near wild beasts? You ain't gonna pity a person that want to play with alligators, stick their head in the alligator head, and then alligator chomps his head, and everybody feels sorry. No, he shouldn't be doing that. You know, just like you see people want to charm cobras and stuff, and then get bitten, and they end up having to get rushed to the hospital. No, you don't pity them. You don't pity a fucking fool. You know, you don't do that. They want to sit up there and play with wild, poisonous beasts or serpents. That's on them. So one that goes to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sin, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. This is Esau playing what he's doing. He already imagined of how, he's going to throw this world into a pit. But he would use another nation of people to blame it on. And then he'll act friendly to you like, we trying to stop these people. We're going to come up with a cure, to stop this. But all of a sudden, he the one that's putting it in your neighborhood, putting it in your food. He putting it in certain demographic of your neighborhood, mainly in so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American neighborhood, to unalive you. And he will, if he have to get one so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, child in an all-white neighborhood, he'll blow the whole fucking white neighborhood up just to get that one. That's how ruthless this man is. He is not to be trusted. So don't go being like this Jake here. Don't go being like this Jake right here. Come on, where he at? Oh, there he is. Don't go being like this man right here. He don't know what's going on. He's of the world. This is an example of a 2/3 right here. He don't know what's going on. So I'm going to end it right here. Hopefully this was edifying. See you on next video. Shalom.